This is the Intercontinental Broadcasting Corporation. Sa bagong Pilipinas.
The Philippines is positioning itself as a premier destination for smart, sustainable manufacturing and high-value services. We are open to partnership, ready for investment, and eager to work with you in creating new opportunities for growth.
Tonight's top stories. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. leads the Philippines-Vietnam Business Forum in Manila, encouraging hundreds of business leaders to invest in the country.
Breaking tonight, Senator Jinggoy Estrada now detained at the new Quezon City Jail after his arrest for plunder and graft charges.
Vice President Sara Duterte's camp files answer to impeachment raps, asking the Senate court to dismiss the articles of impeachment.
More LPG stocks. Some 21,000 metric tons of LPG purchased from the U.S. arrives in the country. And rains and thunderstorms affect several parts of the country tonight due to the habagat enhanced by former tropical storm Doming. All these and more here on 13 News.
Good evening, I am William Thio. We are bringing you the day's top stories that shape the country, straightforward, clear, and concise.
I'm Angela C. Under one flag with 3 mandates to inform, explain, and empower the nation. This is
13 News. We begin tonight's newscast with the Philippines and Vietnam further strengthening their ties after Vietnamese President To Lam's visit to the country. The two nations signed several agreements.
Among these are commitments to enhance defense cooperation, maritime security, and disaster response. IBC News correspondent Harley Valbuena reports.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. led the Philippines-Vietnam Business Forum in Manila today. During his speech, the president encouraged hundreds of business leaders to invest in the country, assuring them of the continued implementation of economic policy reforms.
The Philippines is positioning itself as a premier destination for smart, sustainable manufacturing and high-value services. We are open to partnership, ready for investment, and eager to work with you in creating new opportunities for growth.
The forum was also attended by General Secretary of the Central Committee of the Communist Party and Vietnam President To Lam, who is in the country for a 2-day visit. The Vietnamese president arrived in the country yesterday as part of the celebration of the 50th year of diplomatic relations and a decade of strategic partnership between the Philippines and Vietnam. Earlier today, he was warmly welcomed by President Marcos Jr. and First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos and was accorded arrival honors at Malacanang Palace. President Marcos Jr. personally drove the Vietnamese leader inside the palace grounds using a golf cart. During the bilateral meeting, the two leaders announced the strengthening of relations between the two countries.
Today, we elevate our ties to an enhanced strategic partnership, which will be defined by wider pathways for cooperation, stronger political and defense cooperation, and closer linkages between the Filipino and Vietnamese peoples.
We always wish to work closely with the Philippines to further elevate our strategic partnership to a greater height with ever-increasing substance, comprehensiveness, and effectiveness.
Both parties also agreed to continue promoting peace, stability, and a rules-based order in the region in accordance with international law and UNCLOS. Intelligence sharing and law enforcement collaboration will likewise be enhanced to address transnational issues.
Fellow claimant states will reaffirm that maintaining peace, stability, and the freedom of navigation and overflight in the South China Sea remains non-negotiable. Furthermore, we recognize the urgent need for a unified front against severe cross-border threats such as internet fraud, human trafficking, illegal gambling, and people smuggling.
After the meeting, the two leaders witnessed the exchange of signed agreements, including the renewal of the 2010 Philippines-Vietnam Agreement on Defense Cooperation for Maritime Security, Military Education, and Disaster Risk Reduction and Management, a Memorandum of Understanding on Information Technology and Digital Transformation, tourism cooperation to boost connectivity and increase the frequency of commercial flights between the two countries, and partnership on education. The Philippines and Vietnam also aim to elevate the value of their bilateral trade to $10 billion. Meanwhile, before concluding his visit, the Vietnamese president led a wreath-laying ceremony on the monument of Dr. Jose Rizal in Luneta, Manila. Harley Valbuena, IBC News.
After his arrest, Senator Jinggoy Estrada is now detained at the new Quezon City Jail male dormitory in Payatas. Prior to this, a heated exchange erupted between Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano and DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla.
You can arrest right now. Sir! You can arrest. This is the Senate. Sir. This is the Senate. Sir, this is the Senate. Not for me. No, I did not. That's not for me. That's for the Senate, sir. Sir, it's for the Senate. For the country. Sir, pumahay ka na kanina. Pumahay ka na.
We now go live to IBC News correspondent Cristal Ramizares reporting from Payatas, Quezon City. Good evening, Cristal. What is the latest there?
William, Senator Jinggoy Estrada is now inside the new Quezon City Jail male dormitory in Payatas, Quezon City after the Sandigan Bayan ordered his arrest following his plunder charges. This afternoon, the Sandigan Bayan confirmed the issuance of an arrest warrant for Senator Jinggoy Estrada on a plunder case. The warrant also covered former DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan and 3 other former DPWH officials. Around 3 p.m., CIDG officers and Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla were seen at the Senate. Moments later, Senator Estrada held a press conference declaring he was ready to defend himself. Majority Senators Alan Peter Cayetano, Marcoleta, and Amy Marcos stood by his side. Estrada said he will temporarily forego receiving his salary to show the public that he has no intention of benefiting from government funds while clearing his name. He also affirmed that he will remain with the majority bloc. He clarified that he will not seek custody under the Senate, stressing that he will not use the institution as a shield against the allegations filed against him.
Mas nanaig ang paninindigan ko na ako'y manatili sa hanay ng mga kasamahan ko sa independent majority bloc. When I am not even alleged to be part of or the mastermind of the supposed scheme, wala po akong kinalaman dyan. Nakahanda akong ipagtanggol ang aking sarili sa hukuman at hindi ako magtatago sa likod ng institusyong ito upang umiwas sa proseso. Ipagtatanggol ko hanggang sa huli ang aking sarili para patunayan na walang batayan ang mga paratang sa akin.
But before his surrender, tension rose between Senate President Cayetano and Secretary Remulla, with voices raised before Estrada was read his Miranda rights. In the end, CIDG forces under Remulla prevailed, and Estrada agreed to surrender. Estrada was then brought to the PNP CIDG NCR Field Unit for documentation, medical tests, and fingerprinting. The senator was then brought by the PNP CIDG coaster to the Sandigan Bayan 5th Division around 6 p.m. for the return of the arrest warrant. Return of warrants are court proceeding that must be done physically to the court to prove that the accused is the definite individual stated in the warrant. The convoy arrived past 8 p.m. at the new Quezon City Jail, officially turning over Senator Jinggoy Estrada to the BJMP. A total of 5 vehicles escorted Estrada with 1 PNP coaster, 2 Sandigan Bayan vans, 1 black SUV, and Estrada's white Lexus van, then later exited around 8:25 p.m. William, we also saw family members of the senator inside the vans entering the city jail earlier. Moreover, Estrada's second count of graft remains pending before the Sandigan Bayan 5th Division. William?
Yes, thank you. Cristal Ramizares reporting live from Payatas, Quezon City.
The Malacanang has rejected Senator Jinggoy Estrada's claim as politically motivated after he was allegedly offered to shift to the Senate minority bloc in exchange for the dismissal of his cases. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro said the charges against Estrada stemmed from thorough investigation, where his name also appeared in the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee's partial report on the flood control scandal. Castro also emphasized that the palace does not interfere with his arrest and the cases against some majority bloc senators. Despite this, the palace commended Estrada for his voluntary surrender.
Maganda ang naging ginawa, no? Magandang ginawa ni Senator Jinggoy na siya ay voluntaryong sumuko, hindi niya na pinahirapan ng mga law enforcers, hindi tulad na nangyayari ngayon kay Senator Bato.
Following his surrender, the Senate Majority Bloc assisted Estrada's send-off as Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano stood up for Estrada. While other majority senators refused to respond, Senator Camille Villar is worried as she asked the public to pray for Estrada. Meanwhile, the Senate Minority Bloc is confused, saying the majority did not remind them that they will leave the regular session with Estrada. The Minority Bloc concluded the session as they waited long enough for the majority to return.
And in other news, the camp of Vice President Sara Duterte has filed its answer to the impeachment complaints. The VP urged the Senate court to dismiss the articles of impeachment. The full details from IBC's Patrick Gupo.
Vice President Sara Duterte's legal team has filed its answer to the Senate Impeachment Court's writ of summons regarding the articles of impeachment against her. The VP's legal counsel, attorney Michael Poa, personally submitted the 50-page document which outlines Duterte's defenses against complaints of graft, corruption, betrayal of public trust, and culpable violation of the Constitution. According to the defense team, the filing is without prejudice to a separate petition pending before the Supreme Court.
Ang summary po ng answer namin is we really just set forth ang sabi ko kanina, yung defenses ng Vice President, yung nakita nating mga infirmities kahit dun sa naganap na Committee on Justice proceedings. No? Isa na dyan, syempre, yung sinasabi natin na wala namang ebidensyang attached sa mga impeachment complaints.
In its summary, the camp of Vice President Duterte argued that the impeachment process before the House Committee on Justice exceeded constitutional limits by allegedly conducting what if described as a mini trial instead of merely determining the sufficiency of the complaint. With this, the defense team asked the Senate Impeachment Court to dismiss the articles of impeachment, citing constitutional, procedural, and substantive defects. Poa said the Vice President is prepared to personally appear before the impeachment court if required, depending on developments in the proceedings. Tonight, the House of Representatives received the response of VP Sara's camp, with House Prosecutor Terry Ridon expressing disappointment. He said the prosecution will submit its answer within the court's deadline. Majority of Filipinos are in favor of the Senate impeachment trial. A survey conducted by Octa Research shows that 74% of Filipinos surveyed agreed that VP Sara should face a trial, 21% disagreed, while the rest were undecided. Patrick Gupo, IPC News.
Ahead of the school opening, beneficiaries of the Pantawid Pamilyang Program, or 4Ps, joined Brigada Eskwela to help clean and prepare classrooms. Over 800 4Ps beneficiaries participated in the initiative as the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, monitors them to ensure compliance with community service requirements. The DSWD said the initiative shows that beneficiaries are also leading their part for the community.
Kahit na may natatanggap silang tulong pinansyal sa pamahalaan, bahagi rin sila ng solusyon sa mga pang-araw-araw na problema ng komunidad at ng mga paaralan. This is their way of giving back kung ano yung natatanggap nilang tulong.
Apart from the 4Ps beneficiaries, the Department of Labor and Employment, or DOLE, will also deploy 240,000 beneficiaries under the Tulong Panghanap Buhay sa Ating Displaced Workers, or TUPAD program. DOLE said the deployment will fast-track the maintenance of classrooms in 5,000 schools nationwide. Meanwhile, the Philippine National Police has deployed over 55,000 personnel to ensure security for the opening of classes on June 8. The PNP is also implementing its master plan sa Clolo in preparation for possible risks during the rainy season, while coordinating with other government bodies for a smooth school opening.
The habagat season is here, folks. Expect frequent rains and thunderstorms. Tonight, according to Pag-asa, the southwest monsoon or habagat will bring scattered rains and thunderstorms over central Luzon, western Visayas, and the rest of Calabarzon and Mimaropa regions. Occasional rains will be experienced over Zambales, Bataan, Cavite, Batangas, Occidental Mindoro. Localized thunderstorms will continue to affect the rest of the country, bringing partly cloudy skies with isolated rain showers. Meanwhile, former tropical storm Domeng has exited the Philippine Area of Responsibility, or PAR, earlier this afternoon, but it continues to enhance the habagat, bringing rough sea conditions over the northern seaboard of Batanes. And when we come back, Senate Majority Bloc skips today's session. Stay tuned. This is 30 News.
We are here not just to raise the flag, but to renew our commitment to raise the dignity of the Filipino workers.
Pangarap mong maging milyonaryo? Sa PCSO Lotto, magkakatotoo! Mas pinasaya, mas pinabongga, mas pinalaki ang mga jackpot prizes. Araw-araw ang bola, kaya more chances of winning sa PCSO Lottery Draws. Lunes hanggang Linggo, tuwing 2 p.m., 5 p.m., and 9 p.m. Balitang nakala.
Mamulat ng kanyang mga si Presidente at si
binantayan, sinuri, nilatag at inihayag. 13 sa tanghali, kasama sina Greg Gregorio, Naj Miravalles at Zai Chua. 13 sa tanghali, sa ganap na alauna, dito sa IBC 13. Are you ready to open your mind? We're tackling topics others won't.
There should always be that collaboration between families, the communities, the school.
Most of the household, ayaw nilang pag-usapan anything about sex.
Or parang parang na-attract sila dun sa industry namin. Tigil yan.
It's time to stop the stigma and start the science.
Because here on Naked Minds, we break the silence.
Naked Minds, every Friday, 10 p.m. on IBC 13.
21,000 metric tons of liquefied petroleum gas or LPG imported from the United States have arrived in the country. According to the Department of Energy, the fresh stock of LPG, which arrived on the 30th of May, came from Enterprise Port in Texas and was purchased through supplier Trafigura last April 13. This shipment supports emergency stabilization methods and ensures a stable local supply amidst tensions in the Middle East. The DOE said the LPG's arrival marks an important milestone for the Philippine National Oil Company, or PNOC, with the latter ensuring strict coordination to safely import the fuel.
The Senate Majority Bloc did not attend today's session following the arrest of Senator Jinggoy Estrada, who surrendered after the Sandigan Bayan issued a warrant for plunder charges. The Senate was scheduled at 5 p.m., but minority senators waited until past 7 p.m. with no appearance from the majority. Senate President Alan Cayetano released a statement on Facebook, but offered no explanation for the absence. Instead, he urged minority senators to join in a deliberate act of keeping the Senate quiet by choice. Minority senators, however, expressed dismay.
Wala akong sinabing majority or anything. Wala. Except na sa social media nag-post, doon ako kami inform.
Violation of the rules to the clearly violations of the rules.
A waste of another taxpayer's money. Thank you so much, sir. I'm very, very frustrated. Very, very frustrated. Nakaya.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s visit to Japan ended successfully following a duet with Japanese Prime Minister Sane Takaichi. This was all smiles for everyone as they sang the famous Beatles song Hey Jude and continued to jam together with the delegates. Former Ambassador for the Philippine Foreign Services Victor Garcia III commended the Marcos administration for strengthening foreign relations. He deemed the visit a success and said that the Philippines is headed in the right direction in strengthening its alliances for national security.
Overall, the visit was a resounding success. Sa tingin ko, it's my own personal opinion. Importante sa Philippines because we're trying to build alliances with other like-minded countries.
After 27 years, the San Antonio Spurs will once again face off against the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals. Meanwhile, the National Capital Region secures another championship as the Palarong Pambansa 2026 ends. Josh Yusray reports.
The Palarong Pambansa 2026 officially concluded, with the National Capital Region securing its 19th straight overall crown. In the final medal tally, NCR dominated the games with an enormous lead, 91 gold medals, 70 silver, and 71 bronze. The hosting of the Palarong Pambansa has now been officially turned over to Quezon City for next year's edition. In the world of esports, Team Liquid Philippines achieved its first ever three-peat victory in Mobile Legends MPL Philippines League history. Liquid player Sanford was declared as the MPL Season 17 Most Valuable Player, leading the team to a 4-2 win against Team Falcons. Both teams will now represent the country in the Mid-Season Cup as part of the Esports World Cup this July. Meanwhile, for the first time since 1999, the San Antonio Spurs will face the New York Knicks in a highly anticipated Grand Finals rematch on June 4. This after the Spurs defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder to win the NBA Western Conference Finals. Spurs star Victor Wembanyama scored 22 points, leading the team to a close victory of 111-103. Josh Yusay, IBC News.
Jazz pop singer Leve delighted Filipino fans by bringing Beanie on stage during her Manila tour. The nation's girl group joined Leve on the second day of the three-day tour, performing her hit song From the Start. The Icelandic Chinese singer also made a rare collaboration with Beanie, lip-syncing to their track Blush in a viral video. Meanwhile, South Korean actor Kim Seon-ho charmed the Filipino crowd at his Manila fan meet. This marked his third visit to the country. And later tonight at 11 p.m., Ariana Grande will drop the music video of her new single, Hate That I Made You Love Me. The music video features Hollywood actor Justin Long. This serves as the first release from Grande's highly anticipated album Petal, set to launch on July 31. The so-called cherry blossoms of Bukidnon are now in full bloom. The Tabebuya rosea, widely known as the pink trumpet tree, resembles Japan's sakura tree for its pink appearance. At peak bloom, the vibrant pink paradise can be seen along Talangkaku, the province's famous lover's lane. In news abroad, the United States-Iran ceasefire extension remains at a standstill as attacks resume. Meanwhile, a meteor breaking apart in the atmosphere sends a loud sonic boom in New England. This and other developments across the globe from Holy Bakay's report.
Footage from New England captured the sound of a loud boom after a meteor broke apart in the atmosphere. According to NASA, the fireball fragmented at an altitude of 40 miles over Massachusetts and southeastern New Hampshire. The meteor breakup was equivalent to about 300 tons of TNT, which caused thunderous noise. In Myanmar, a storage facility owned by a rebel group exploded, killing at least 55 people and wounding 70 others. The Taang National Liberation Army, which controls the area, said mining explosives ignited inside the warehouse. More than 300 homes were damaged in the blast. Meanwhile, the United States reported conducting self-defense strikes on Tehran amid aggressive Iranian military actions targeting U.S. military bases. The latest exchange of attacks comes as the 60-day ceasefire extension framework is still in the works, with U.S. President Donald Trump requesting to make edits, according to reports. He is said to have added provisions for removing Iran's highly enriched uranium. Trump further claimed that Iran is eager to make a deal. However, Iran's chief negotiator accused the U.S. of failing to comply with the ceasefire deal. Holy Bakay, IBC News.
Here are the results of the 9 p.m. draws from the PCSO. For the Mega Lotto 645, the winning numbers are 28, 38, 41, 35, 40, and 5 with a jackpot price of 36,124,029 pesos and 88 centavos. For the Grand Lotto 655, the winning combination is 36, 4, 9, 44, 42, and 24 with a jackpot price of 45 million pesos. For the 4D Lotto, the winning combination in exact order is 2, 0, 4, and 6. For the 3D Lotto, the winning numbers are 1, 7, and 2. And finally, for the 2D Lotto draw, the winning numbers are 4 and 29. There is no winner for the Mega Lotto 645 and the Grand Lotto 655. And here's some good news for motorists. A big-time oil price rollback is set to take place tomorrow, the 2nd of June. Gasoline prices are down by 4 pesos and 76 centavos per liter, diesel by 9 pesos and 26 centavos, and kerosene by 10 pesos and 86 centavos. And those were the latest from the IBC Newsroom this evening.
We'll continue to monitor the stories that matter and bring you updates as they develop. I'm Angela C.
And I am William Thio. This is 30 News. Good night, everyone.